Day 50. How are you? Tell me where you're signing in from. Join me today on a beautiful Saturday where I am at. Hope you're having a beautiful Saturday as well. Hi, everyone. So, welcome to day 50 of my course. And as I said, is it day 50 or 51? I can't even remember. But I will be ending at day 52 and then moving to a weekly course. This is day 51. So tomorrow will be 52, and then I will be going weekly every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Hi, Karthika from India. So, welcome to Viral Wisdom Day 51. And I will be ending the daily talks tomorrow, day 52, but I will be coming back every week on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern. However, if you do want to meditate with me, I teach meditation for free on another Facebook page. It's facebook.com/groups/get superpowered. So I'd love to see you. I'm going to still be teaching meditation there every single day. So come join me on that page. We have a dedicated group that meditates every day together. So I will still be there every day, but on this page after tomorrow, only once a week on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Hi, Winnie from South Africa. Tell me where you're from. Carolina from Ireland. Hi, everyone. Hi, Manli. Hi, beautiful people. I'm so happy to be here. Okay, so let's dive into today's teaching. So, for a long time, I have noticed that people like to live their lives segregated, okay, to use the analogy of the day. And so people will say, well, that's political and that's religious and this is personal, right? So when you go to a party, people will say, let's not talk about politics and religion because people get so upset. And I understand and I sometimes agree. However, as we grow up, spiritually. And as we awaken, we begin to understand that there is no separation. It's kind of like the separation between work and life. People often ask me, how do you work so hard? Or how do you manage the balance between work and life? And as we evolve, we begin to see that these separations are really illusions. There is no such thing as that's politics and this is religion and this is my life and that's work. However, when we're still asleep, that makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense when you're asleep to live a compartmentalized life because you really are in separation. What does it mean to be asleep, or what does it mean to not be on the path of consciousness or on the path of awakening? What it means is that you believe in a separation. You believe that we are separate, because the I am is so strong, that because the I am is so strong, the you are is very strong. So the finger is all being pointed. And when one is asleep, one lives in separation. One lives with labels and judgment and compartmentalizations and religions and bifurcations and nations. And that is the tone of an unconscious self. That is the tone of a person who is asleep. Do you understand? So when we begin to wake up, we begin to realize that these are illusions. These separations are illusions. They don't exist. They only exist for a lazy mind, an apathetic mind, a listless mind. And I had that mind too. I fully believed in separations because I believed I was me. And the more I attached to I am, I thought I was separate from other people because I was asleep. As I began to wake up, and now because I'm on this path fully, I begin to understand that these are just illusions. So, people who are on this page right now are going to hear me talk about politics and religion, and then they're going to ask me, why is she talking about politics and religion? She's a conscious parenting expert and she should talk about only parenting. People have told me, stay in your lane, right? And I laugh so much. I go, what lane? My lane is everything now. There is no consciousness without understanding you are everything and everything is you. In fact, the more conscious you become and the more awakened you become, everything is my lane, everything is my business. So I am going to be talking about things that you may not agree. So if you want, leave the page, because I'm not talking about only things that you want me to talk about. And I'm going to show you how they're all related. It's all one. In fact, I'm going to talk about conscious parenting through the racist lens and conscious parenting through the other lenses. It's all one. So as we awaken, we begin to understand that there is no separation, right? So there is no, oh, she's this and she's that, and she keeps her hands clean. My hands are dirty. My hands are in every pie now, because as you awaken, interconnection is your mantra, is your mandate, is your declaration. You see you in everything. As you awaken, the barriers begin to crumble, and you see you in everybody, right? In the black man, in the black mother, in the disabled person, the person with a disability. You see you with in everybody, because your heart is awakened. The barriers in your heart have come down, and there is no separation. So there is nothing anymore in my mind as political that is not personal. The political is highly personal. And the problem, the reason we have political problems and the reason we have racism as it exists in America today, and I bring it up because it's poignantly in the news and I can't pretend like it's not in the news. I have to talk about it. So the reason it's here is because we think that some things are not our problem. So there's a whole sect, and I'll talk about America right now, but it pertains to every one of us in every one of our lives. We go about living our lives thinking it's not our problem. You know, the mother in your PTA that has the kid with cancer, not my problem. You know, the kid who has dyslexia, not our problem. The kid who has a disability, not our problem. The kid who has parents who are divorcing, not a problem. Similarly, I'm not black, not my problem. So people literally in America right now today, those who are deluded with white supremacy, there is a whole sect who believes not my problem and that there is no problem. There is no problem. And this is where the problem begins. So let me relate it to other parts of life. When people come to me in my conferences, they will say, first line, Dr. Shefali, I am I am a conscious parent. Straight away in my head, my eyes are rolling up, because that is the marker of an unconscious parent. So you, if you're going to come to my conferences, don't say that to me. I mean, I love you, but don't say that to me, because the marker of an unconscious parent is the parent who dares to say she's conscious, right? So in my books, when I write my books, I throw myself under the bus all the time. And at one point, my editor said, Shifali, now they're reading your book because you're supposed to be some expert. But if you keep saying how unconscious you are, now how are they going to trust you? I said, because that shows that I am on the path. When you are on the path, all you see is your unconsciousness. All you see is your ego. That means you're awake. So I'm showing them, look, I see my ego everywhere. He's like, no, let's tone it down a bit because you have to sell some books. So I'm like, okay, let's take it out of page 42, 43, and 44, and let's just leave it on page 42. Because every page is about my unconsciousness. What is my point? My point is that if we keep thinking that we do not live in a racist country, and if we keep thinking that we are not racist, we have a problem. Now, no one wants to admit that they're racist. Like the white woman who just called the police on the black guy in Central Park, first thing out of her mouth, this is not racism. Because we believe racism is if you carry a torch and burn someone down. That's not racism. That's just the manifestation of racism. Racism is a monster, and it has infected everybody around the globe. Indian people, I grew up in India, fully racist. But no, they won't admit it because that's not racism. They only happen to like white skin, but that's not being racist, right? So people think racism is some heinous crime that they have to commit in order to be racist. No, the first sign of a racist person is a person who thinks they're not racist, because racism is a monster. And when we do not bow down to the gargantuan monster that it is, that has infected the globe, And when you say you're not racist, you do not fully own to the monster that this is. You actually begin to think that the monster chooses, to only infect stupid people or really racist people who come from generations of racism. And it missed my door. No, all of us have been infected by the monster of racism and colorism and ageism, but definitely racism and colorism. All of us. If you are walking down an alley and you see a dark skinned man, you are scared because we have been infected with racism. Doesn't mean that that man may not do something to you, but he's as likely to do something to you as another colored skinned man, white skin, brown skin, yellow skin. It's the same odds. And women know this. But because we have been infected. So what am I trying to say? Own that all of us have been infected by racism. Only when you own it, you stand on guard. You stand on guard. When I say the most conscious parent is the parent who says that they are unconscious, what does that mean? So I throw myself under the bus all the time, and then my daughter will tell me, Mom, you see how unconscious you are? I go, Woman, I just told you I'm unconscious. That means I'm not as unconscious as you think I am. Why is it so important to own the ego, to own the illness, to own the ism? Because you stand on guard. You never become complacent. You go, wait, am I? Am I? Because we are infected. You see, the virus of racism, the virus of supremacy is here. You could be infected, even in a slight way. Do not think it's only because you have to be against someone that you are racist. No, it can still be wiggling like worms in your mind. And there's no harm in saying, yes, I have been infected. That shows that you're willing to now do the work, to look at yourself deeply, to now go into the path of I want to heal. So number one, ignorance is to think that you're not infected, that you don't have it. No, I grew up in a progressive white family. I don't have it. No, you do. You do, because you live in this country. You live in this whiteified patriarchy. We are all infected, some more than others. So to say you don't have it, ignorance. To say it doesn't exist, ignorance. Right? So that's the supreme delusion. Next is to say it exists, but not in me, or it exists, but it is not my problem. So, first is to say it's no problem, then it's to say it's not my problem. Real healing will occur when we begin to say, it is my problem. So, from no problem, even if you say it is a problem, you're not going to heal. Even if you say, yes, racism is a problem. Yes, unconsciousness is a problem. Yes, poverty is a problem. Yes, inequity is a problem. No, you will still not heal. You will still not be part of the healing. The only way to heal is to say, it is my problem. You go from no problem to a problem to my problem. And when you dare to own that this is my problem, now you stand with the black mother. And now you are on the side of the black man. Now you see the injustice. And now you're willing to say, you know what? It's my problem. It is the same my problem as if somebody came into my house and abducted my children, came into my house and stood on my throat. I feel it. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Now, when you are willing to go that deep and open your heart that big and feel it to that level, now you will not be able to sleep at night. Now your skin will crawl and you have to do something about it. Now you're part of the solution. Now you are an activist. Now you're putting your mouth where the ideology is. Now it's no more just an idea. It's not an idea. It becomes a personal problem. Now, do you see how politics is not politics? It's personal. What's happening right now in America is not is not a problem on the outside. It's my problem. It's your problem. And until we feel it at the same level that my child is being raped, my child is being pulled over by the police, my child is being sat on, I can't breathe. I cannot breathe till I do something and I'm part of the solution. Nothing in America will change. The reason things don't change in our own personal lives or on the grander scale is because we are in denial. We are in delusion. We are in apathy. You see, it's not affecting us. Only when things come pinch us, pinch our skin, then we wake up, don't we? But that's why things stay the way they are. And that's why black people are being assaulted from what century? From what century? Right? Somebody said, oh, if Martin Luther King would see this looting today, he would be appalled. Yes, he would be appalled. He'd be like, what? We're still here? We're still here? He wouldn't judge the looters. He wouldn't judge the ones who are inflamed inside. He would understand. He'd be like, I am with you. I get it. I talked about this in the 60s, and we're still here. Yes, he would be inflamed too. He would not talk as nicely as he talked then. You see, this is all related to conscious parenting. In conscious parenting, I tell parents, if your kid is a stark raving lunatic, is going crazy, is banging doors, is destroying your furniture, your kid is trying to tell you something and has no other way out. You didn't listen. What should the kid do? The kid has to break something, has to scream. I'm not condoning it, but I will not criminalize it. I will understand it. I will see it. And what is being asked right now from all of us is to see the black problem, to see the black issue, to see the black heart and go, I see you. I see your pain. I get it. I will not judge you. I understand that we have all driven you to this madness. You are not mad. You're not evil. You're not a criminal. Yes, what you're doing is against the law, but what should you do? Your hands are tied. Your throat is choked. I get it. You're exhausted. I would do the same thing. I get it. If my child was raped, I would pick up a gun and go loot somebody and go crazy too. I would. I get it. I understand your pain. See, only when we can get there. And if our president could see and understand, now we are healing because we all say, we see you. I see you. I see you. This is what conscious parenting is about the parent seeing the child for what the child is, not getting caught up with the behavior, not criminalizing behavior, not judging behavior, understanding what's underneath is pain, is suffocation, literal suffocation. What do you want them to do? What do you want us to do? When we are in pain, this is how we react when no one listens to us. Do we not see that they are us and we are them? Now we have to stand up, and all of us have to say to our black brothers and sisters and mothers who are us, there's no separation. We see you. We have been riding on your coattails since the days of slavery. We have not thanked you. We have not honored you. We have not seen you, not validated you. This country has been built on the brunt of your back, and we repay you this way. This is how we repay you. Of course you're angry. Of course you're fed up. Of course you're tired. You don't have to fight anymore. We have to fight for you now. How much can you do? You're exhausted. Your veins have been popping in your throat because you've been screaming, and you're tired, and you're tired of being afraid. How afraid have you been? You don't need to do one more thing. This is not a black problem. And this is not a black solution. This has to come from the rest of us who have benefited from them and who have downtrodden them and who've been part of the subjugation. We have to wake up and go, you don't do anything anymore, my black sister and my black brother. You're tired. We have to stand up for you. This is when healing will change. It's the same as if we want to heal the earth. The same sentiment, the same outrage, the same uproar has to rise within us, the same activism, because when the earth dies, we die, right? It's the same. We cannot see the earth as separate from us. We have to see the earth as with us. Then we will heal the earth. The reason why we shit on the earth is because we think we're greater than the earth. We think we're better than animals. We think we're not animal, right? And that's why we have this discontent between man and animal, between man and earth, because man thinks that man is separate from animal and earth, and we're not. We're the same. Only when we enter interconnection will we understand how we are co-creating the problem. There is no black problem anymore. There is no white problem anymore. We are all one. And until we see that, we will continue to suffer. So if the white supremacists cannot see it, let's not fight them. We don't need to fight them directly. How do we fight? We unify with those who are hurting, and we tell them, we see you, you don't have to fight alone, we are with you. And through the rise of strength, through the rise of unity, the other fades. This is the antidotal effect. We create the power in the antidote, right? How do we fight this virus? You can go fight this virus, you can't see this virus, it's insidious. How do we fight coronavirus? We're creating a vaccine, right? We're building immunity. We're becoming strong in numbers. We're all collectively joining to do something in unification. That's the only way. If you don't wear your mask, you not only harm yourself, you harm everybody. Correct? And we see those who cannot even wear a mask, right? Cannot even help the elderly, cannot even help the ill. Those people, you see, they live in separation. God will take care of them, they say. Oh, my God takes care of me. What about the rest of us? Right? This is separation. This is the arrogance of separation. And this is the root in parent child, right? The reason that the parent and the child are disconnected is because the parent believes that the parent is superior, parental supremacy, right? And there's a hierarchy. And that's why we miss that our children are their own beings that have come to us and are deserving of autonomy and sovereignty, right? But the parent, in the parental arrogance, is deluded to think that they are in charge of the rest of the home, of the children. Man thinks that it's in charge of the earth, and the white supremacist thinks that he's in charge of all, right? The whiteified, patriarchal, white supremacist, that person, yes, not every person, that person with that attitude thinks that they are in charge of all. So the only way that we can begin to heal is when we understand our own ego, when we stand on guard to our own racism, when we stand on guard to our own cruelty to the earth, when we stand on guard to our own apathy. There is no harm in owning your ism, your racism, your ageism, your sexism, all of it, your capitalism, your separationism, all of it. If you don't see your own ill in your own self, you won't heal yourself, and your ill will continue. The greatest harm we can do is when we don't own our own unconsciousness. The most conscious parent is the one who tells me every day, damn, I'm really unconscious. I go, yes, you are. Join the party. Now we stand on guard. Now we're vigilant to the insidiousness of the ego. But if you're not vigilant and you think you don't have an ego and you think that you are not racist in a highly racist globe, you are in ignorance, and you will perpetuate the racism because of that ignorance. It is only when you see your co-creation that you are part of this ism by not speaking up. And you know what? Holding the door open to an older black woman is not being racist, okay? You're not lovely if you hold your head, if you're just decent. By having two black friends doesn't mean you're not racist. No. What does it mean to not be a racist person? It means to first own your own shadow of racism. Number two, to go into the discomfort of speaking up, even though it will hurt you. I know these talks are getting me lesser followers. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not even counting. When you put yourself in the position to be poked like they are being poked, now you're taking a stand. It is so important to take a stand. I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess. You pro Trump or not pro Trump? I'm not saying anti Trump. I'm just saying pro. Yes or no? I need to know. Times are too severe right now. I can't guess. I just need to know. Where do you stand? I need to know. T-shirt. I stand with whom? With whom do you stand? It doesn't mean that you're evil if you don't stand with. I just need to know, because it's time now to take a stand. It's now time for all of us to put ourselves into a little bit of discomfort. They're dying. It's time for us to be a little bit uncomfortable. It is time for us to speak up, to tell our racist parents, hey, I don't agree. And as long as this continues, I cannot be part of it. At the bare minimum, say, I can't sit at this table anymore. Oh, we're talking about race. I got to get up. At least that. You don't have to fight. You don't have to argue, but you can't sit in silence anymore, because sitting in silence gives them the feeling that you are in agreement. there's some famous saying, if you're quiet, you're part of the problem because you are agreeing. So we can't. And better still, then we can use our art. I use my big mouth to talk. If you're a painter, paint. If you're a poet, write poetry. Speak up. Let the world know where you stand. More importantly, let the black mother know that you stand with her, that you stand with her. She doesn't fight to protect her children on her own. Her children are our children. We will stand, we will protect, we will pay guard. She doesn't have to worry anymore. Do you know how many black mothers come to me and say, Dr. Shefali, what should I tell my son? Right? So I give her some cockamamie bullshit because I'm like so privileged. I go, well, we can't raise him in fear. Uh-huh. She looks at me and go, okay, because she's so sweet, she respects me. But I know I'm full of shit. I don't know what to tell her son. Lock yourself up. Don't go out. Carry three cameras, record everything the minute you step out of your house. What do you want me to say to her? That's what I want to tell her. It's a dangerous world out there for you with your skin color, right? That's what I want to tell her. But how to tell her? But that's really the truth. I should tell her that because that's the truth. That feels real to her that, hey, you understand what I go through. So now it's time to not be silent. Yes, to me, for me, not for you, for me. Now is the time not to play politics. I don't care. Let's get down and dirty at our Thanksgiving table. I don't care about the turkey. I don't care about who are they, the pilgrims. I don't care about the pilgrims. I don't care. I care about what's happening right now in America. And I care so deeply that I don't mind getting indigestion. Yes, bring out the Tums and let's keep talking. Yes, because it's time to talk. Because each one of us is upholding the sickness. And if we don't begin bringing it into awareness and talking ad nauseum and giving everybody a headache, yes, till everybody doesn't get a headache or indigestion, we are actually not touching the problem. Because when you touch the problem, you can't sleep again. You can't sleep. You have indigestion, nausea, you want to vomit till it is healed because you understand that child is your child, that mother is you. Till we don't open our heart to that level, if we don't awaken our heart, America isn't going to heal and we are going to be part of the sickness. So that's my little 2 cents today. Enjoy your day, my people, but take a stand. Call your racist mother, call your racist relative, just saying. Time to speak up. Okay, guys, my courses are 48 hours to the end of their 50% off. And my signature course is called The Awakened Heart. Take it, it's 50% off. You own it for a lifetime. And if you don't, come and meditate for free with me. I'm going to go to this other page right now in 20 minutes. Come and meditate with me there. It's facebook.com/groups/get super powered. Let's go. Let's go meditate. Bye, everyone.